welcome back to Heather Tech. Sunday was a nice day of rest for me. As you can see, we are at Shea Walmart. I didn't really do much today. I laid in the back of the car. I was planning to go to a Unitarian Universalist church here at Sunday. And almost all the ones that I could see that were having in-person worship services, or blended, which is common right now, where people can either Zoom in or they can attend in person, all said that you had to register. And I'm not necessarily opposed to registering to go to a worship service. I just didn't understand the process. And I was so focused on attending PAX Unplugged that I wasn't willing to put the brain forward to figure out what they meant by register. So when I woke up at 10:30 this morning, I saw that I had about half an hour before the Zoom service would start. And so I'm like, I'll just Zoom in and we'll see how it goes. And so I was able to be a part of the Zoom service with the First Unitarian Universalist Church in Philadelphia. And it's a blended service, so most of the shots are from within the congregation, within the worship hall, wherever that is in Philadelphia. I don't even know. But the pastor, both the minister for faith formation and the reverend who runs the service, or who did the service, both seem like really cool people. They had a lot of involvement from their Zoom community, so a lot of it's stewardship campaign time for them, and so a lot of that was done on Zoom. I don't know if they have a projector in the sanctuary so that the folks in the sanctuary could see what was happening on the Zoom chat. I'm not sure, but it was a really lovely service, and I was really grateful to hear it. A lot of talk about how joy and sorrow are intertwined, finely woven, I believe they said. And it was just a really good thing for me to hear at this point in time. But then I napped after that for like another 4 hours, and now it's 5 o'clock and I'm largely wide awake, and we've been sitting in this Walmart parking lot for a long time. And this is our second night in a row, so I'm feeling a need to move on. So the girls and I are going to go driving for a bit and get to somewhere else. We're vaguely heading in the direction of West Virginia. I've got some friends down there that I want to stop by and see, and we'll just take it from there, kind of playing it by ear. So yeah, having a good time. Definitely quieting and centering, and I appreciate that. So we're gonna hit the road. Hey folks, we're on I-68 heading over to the west side of the Appalachians. We're driving through some really pretty section of the country. Wanted to make sure you guys got a chance to see it. So let's walk on over there and see what there is to see. There was one other car here when I pulled up, and it looks like they've already headed back. They just passed me. So I mean, just look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Little bench here you can have a seat at if you need that. Pretty straightforward path. I like to think that if Mom were still with me, we could probably have wheelchaired this. One of the things I think about now when I'm going out to parks like this and seeing different parts of the country is how accessible are things really. And this is pretty decent. I mean, so far it's flat, it's paved, it's got some guards. But it's not just like Mom. It's, people with kids in strollers, people like myself with some mobility issues. It's always nice when you find an area that's accessible to you and can be accessible to more people. And I know a lot of people who do this car life and van life and RV life are a lot of outdoorsy people, and everybody's thinking that we're out there hiking and rock climbing, and I like the outdoors as much as the next person. I'm just not quite as fit to view it as the rest of you. What's Carl William Shipley Sr. honoring 31 years of service, 67 to 98, remembering his love of nature and dedication to the Green Ridge State Forest. So that's where we are. We're at the Green Ridge State Forest. Check this out. Lots of benches. It's a picnic space. Accessible picnic space, which is really cool. Sun's up. Beautiful view. Check out this overlook. Rail seems sturdy. I appreciate that. So here you go. Why is it showing me my face? Okay. But yeah, check it out. Pretty sweet view. Alright folks, in this life, just like in any other, sometimes you need to turn around and head a different direction. I was going to head south down 81 on the eastern side of the Appalachians to get to my friends out in Huntington. But I looked at the map again this morning and realized that one of the roads I had planned to take was a toll road. So we're heading back north again. It's this weird little section of the country where Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia all kind of come together in a hot mess. So we're going to drive through a tiny portion of West Virginia again to get back to a tiny portion of Maryland again. I'm going to hang out there at a Panera for today. I've got some editing that I need to do. And then I'm going to take the other highway, it could be 69, and go west on that. I don't remember the name of the other highway. I'll look it up on a map later. This is why I have an atlas in my car, because I have a serious case of CRS. And anyway, I'm going to head west on that and then take a different route down on the west side of the Appalachians. There's just not a great number of places in Virginia where you can cross the mountains from what I'm seeing on the map. You can either do it on the north or you can do it on the south, and that's kind of it. And if you do it on the south part, you end up going on a toll road. So yeah, that's what we're doing today, and I'll touch base with you in a little bit. Till the river runs dry, like a bird upon the wind. These waters are my sky, I'll never reach my destination if I never try. So I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. I just learned that there's an eastern continental divide, and I believe we just crossed it. There was a brown historic marker kind of sign that said Eastern Continental Divide. I suspect that here on the East Coast, that's the difference between rivers flowing inland and rivers flowing to the Atlantic. But I will have to look that up later, because I didn't even know we had an Eastern Continental Divide, so good to know.